I'll give all my love to Oakland. If I'm gonna claim somewhere.
Okay. Hopefully. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, you guys can hear me. Okay, there's our desktop sound. All right, we're good. We're good. Beautiful. Hello. All right, y'all. Today's gonna be a pretty easy day, actually. We are gonna do some pasta. And we have some leftovers that need to be consumed. So we're going to take care of that. So I'm going to have the camera follow me. I am going to look for some basil in my freezer. There are a lot of herbs in here. I don't know what else is here, but we are going to take a look. Red Thai curry paste. No, that's not what I want today. Good to know that there's red curry paste in here, though. I have a lot of oregano in my freezer. And yeast. And horseradish. The heck? Okay. Wow. All right. Cauliflower rice and lemongrass. All right, let's see. What do I got here? I don't think I have any herbs in here, but we're gonna check. I have a lot of thyme and oregano, so that's a good start. No live rabbits, that I promise you. We have like a ton of sofrito in here. Okay, I don't even know what's happening right now. We're getting rid of that bag though. That much I know. That in there. Okay. We have a lot of ground beef, so that's good. I'll take it. Aha! Basil. That's what I needed. Wait, duck theathon and rabbits. Yes, there's rabbits. Okay, let me think. The best way to do this, I want a lot of sauce. I think the best way for me to do this is with a blender, which means I have to get the blender out. I do not want to get the blender out, but it is what it is. Let's get this blender action going. I don't have to blend anything just yet, but I'm gonna get everything together so I'll be ready when I do. Also, I'm gonna have an apple. Teeny tiny apple. Sort of. I am making a version of pesto. It is pesto-ish. It really wants to be pesto. Pesto adjacent. So I'm going to sit for a minute. See if the camera follows me. Nope. There we go. Pesto's nosy neighbor, Patsy. I'm into it. It's a Patsy sauce. Lately, I think I told you guys the saga of my insulin needle, right? Did I tell you guys this? I don't know if I told you this story. Okay. So, earlier this summer, I went to Washington, and I was there for a month. You guys probably remember this. So, during the course of that month, I ran out of needles. So, okay, so you remember this. So, went to my local Kaiser there in Washington and asked them. They got it approved by my doctor. I refill a needle. Now, I did not realize this. It took me 3 weeks to figure this out. But they gave me the wrong. The needles were supposed to contain or be able to hold 1 milliliter of insulin. The needles they gave me held half a milliliter of insulin. I could not figure out for the life of me why my blood sugars were so high. I mean, they weren't like death threat levels or anything, but they were really freaking high. And I was like, what is happening? I thought maybe it was like what I was eating maybe, or was I not getting enough exercise, or what was the deal? So, finally figured this out. Had some splaining to do when I got back to California. I had to talk to my doctor. Once she realized what happened, she was just like, oh, okay, all right, it's fine. Hi, Cyclops. Good. And Lord Velos and Dragon Soul, welcome in. So, I get the right needles. I start taking my insulin the way I'm supposed to. I even, get back on track with keto eating. I try to do no, actually, I am a type 2, Lord Velos. Yeah, I'm a type 2. So, I start taking my insulin the way I'm supposed to. I get back on track with my keto breakfast and all that. Right now, I'm doing like a keto breakfast. Sometimes I eat lunch if I have it available. Right, I am not insulin dependent, but it sure does help. I'll put it that way. Unlike a type 1, I could probably survive for a while without insulin. It wouldn't be pretty, but I could do it. And there's a chance that I could completely eliminate my insulin dependence if I followed a very strict diet and exercised daily. I can't. I don't want to. I will be honest, I don't. There's something to be said for quality of life. I digress. Anyway, I start doing what I'm supposed to. And all of a sudden, my blood sugars start crashing. I think I've mentioned this before in the past week or two. My blood sugars go from like 250 to 80 to below that while I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, keto and exercise, it's a thing. So below 80 and I start crashing out while I'm sleeping. So I'm awakened and my monitor will start pinging if my blood sugar goes below a certain level. So it will wake me up, which means I then have to drag myself out of bed, get to the kitchen, find something to eat that's going to raise my blood sugar, but not too high, so I don't, end up with like a 300 blood sugar when I wake up in the morning. But your CGM would do that too if you slept on it. Wait, what? If you slept on your CGM? I'm confused. Don't understand. Anyway, so after about a week and a half of this and having a conversation with my doctor and that kind of thing, yo-yoing, yes, exactly. And here's the other thing. Oh, it'll give you a false low if you accidentally roll over. So Lord Velos, I learned this the hard way. There were a couple of times where my blood sugar would not go above 50. I'm like eating an entire container of cut up fruit with honey on it, a cupcake, and I'm like, what is happening? I go stick my finger, I do the finger prick, and my blood sugar is actually like 115. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going back to bed. This is ridiculous. No, you're right, though. You're right, Lord Velos. You're absolutely right. Yeah, exactly. So, Apple. So, yeah. So now, my doctor tried adjusting it a little bit, So, 47 for the long-acting insulin, and I was taking 40. She's like, okay, try 37, something like that. 16.7. It sounds like y'all are doing hemoglobin A1C numbers. That sounds about right. My highest, Cyclops, which should give you an idea, my highest hemoglobin A1C was 13. So it wasn't quite 16, but it was up there. It was not where I was supposed to be. So that was the first clue that I had diabetes. So yeah, my blood sugar is now, it's above 80, but now that I realize that it's okay per liter, okay, yeah. I forget what ours is measured in. Is it milligrams per liter? I don't remember. But yeah, it's something similar. Your highest was 12. Okay, yeah, you should test. It's better to be safe than sorry. We don't want you suddenly passing out and ending up in a hospital somewhere and finding out that way. Yes, it could be very confusing. You're absolutely right. Milligrams per deciliter. Okay, yeah, there we go. I thought that looked familiar. Thank you, Cyclops. That's super helpful. So yeah, after I realized what was happening and realized that the incremental changes that my doctor was making was not helping at all, not really helping. What I did was I just said, screw it. I'm going to go down to 30 units for the short acting and like 40 something for long acting. My blood sugar is still dipping, but I'm not crashing out at 50 anymore. I still don't know why this is happening. I mean, I'd rather run low than too high, which is not supposed to be the case. Highs, and they can kill you slowly. Lows can kill you very quickly if you're not paying attention. I've had some issues with my eyesight when it's gone too low, but it hasn't gone below 50. Yay? Question mark? Anyway, but yeah, so that's why I was sitting here eating an apple. Yeah, recheck and redo everything. The study that I'm going to be a part of, 50, you're going to get somebody like, if you're in a hospital or with folks in the health business, they will tackle you and like shove something sweet down your throat. With the last study I was in, the nurses would start doing the Marge Simpson growl at me if my blood sugar was at 80. So yeah, intervention. That's what happens at 50 if you're among medical folks. You get to 50 right at lunchtime. Timing is everything. Seriously. Maybe I am a 1.5. Who knows? Yeah, 80 is not cool. So, but yeah. The good thing is I am now using less insulin, which means that I don't have to worry as much about the weight gain that comes with insulin use. And the doctor that I was talking to with this new study told me something interesting. Oh, you're 99 right now? USA measurements? That's not bad. I hope you go eat something. So what he said was, for those of you who can still hear me, and I'll repeat this after the ad break, type 2s and Ozempic, it doesn't work the same. Type 2s lose less weight on Ozempic than everybody else. I'm going to say that again after the ad break. So, anyways, yeah. It's kind of trash, man. It's kind of trash. The Ozempic does help. Don't get me wrong, but for type 2s, it doesn't work as well. At least if you are aiming for weight loss and insulin control. I'll put it that way. It's okay. I'm going to say it again in about 15 seconds. And then I'll actually get up and do some. Let's see if voice to text. Okay. Is this, I don't know if this is working. I will repeat it. Yes. Okay. So voice to text does not seem to be working, much to my annoyance. Whatever. Anyways. Turn that back off. Okay. So what I was saying was, the interesting thing that my doctor was saying was that type 2s don't get the same effects with Ozempic. Yes, welcome back. The type 2s don't get the same effects with Ozempic as other people do. Non-diabetics, type 1s probably shouldn't be using Ozempic to begin with. Anyway, so because type 2s have insulin resistance, Ozempic has to work harder. So we don't see the same weight loss or any of that stuff that other people do. So, He's like, yeah, so if you're depending on it for weight loss as well as insulin control, probably not going to work the same. Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't that explain a lot? It sucks. I was like, oh well, at least it'll make my numbers better. I'll just look at it that way. All right, let's do some cooking. All right, let's get this water hot. That stinks, dude. Covered California will cover Ozempic for me. Oh, Monjaro. Monjaro and I do not get along. We have an adversarial relationship. It was effective, but my body did not like it. You dishevel carbs. If the metformin works, stick with it. After a while, metformin and I did not get along either. But hopefully, that will not be an issue for you. Oh, you're afraid the metformin won't work for you? If you do start having side effects, say something. I will say, hopefully your doctors will listen to me sooner than mine did, because I started having issues with nausea and vomiting, and there were a couple of times where I had to go to the hospital because I could not stop. And they gave me an antiemetic and sent me home. It took 4 years for me to get a doctor that actually listened to me. So hopefully your doctors will listen to you. Oh yeah, getting more exercise in the wintertime is difficult. Oh, Cyclops, okay, you're using metformin and Ozempic. Okay, cool. Hello, Splits. That's great. I am so glad you have a good doctor. Hello. There we go. Oh, I get it. I get it, Lord Velos. You have extenuating circumstances, basically. All right. So we're going to put this basil in here. I'm going to try not to use too much of this because I don't want it to overpower the entire thing. You do. Okay, what are you eating on the keto diet? Let's start there. Because this entire meal that you're about to see, this whole thing, this thing right here, this thing, it's all keto. Pizza, rice, or anything. Okay. I have a recipe for thin crust pizza that you might like. Rice, I use, is it up here? Okay. Oh, crap. Don't materialize the Milky Way into the chopper. This is what I use for rice. It's more like orzo, but it's a pretty good rice substitute. Yes, you. My recipe for pizza, I'll either make it on a tortilla, Or if I can find it, I like using chicken in a pouch. Like chicken of the sea. You know how they have the pouch tuna? They used to have pouch chicken. I would make a crust out of that. Some of the best thin crust pizza. It's crunchy. You put enough toppings on there, you would never know. You've done that with keto tortillas too? Yeah. But yeah, the chicken was my favorite kind. Aldi's has a keto bread? Yeah. We've got keto bread. I have found keto bagels. I think I found a keto English muffin if I remember correctly. But the keto bagels are the bomb. Like when I have the funds, I go and I get like the smoked salmon and smoked salmon, cream cheese, capers, all that. We'll make those. And I'm going to be experimenting with a keto pie crust. So hold on. I got you. I got you. Pizza with bagels do slap hard. Not wrong. So these are the bagels that I get. They come in plain and everything but the bagel. You are right. These are expensive. Worth it, but expensive. And plus, as diabetics, we have to count all the carbs. You don't get to do what the keto folks do. I got you, dude. We diabetics have to stick together. Mm-hmm. So, oh, this is 0 net carbs. Yeah, but it's 42 total carbs. Can't eat that. This is not helping. So yeah, oh, and chips. I love these. I really, really love these. I got to be careful though, because I have to make sure I have a dip that will, that isn't very salty for this. Otherwise, it's going to be too salty. But these are like some of the best chips I've had. Dragon Soul. You just had a low blood sugar. We listen, we don't judge. See, okay. Velos, I was told originally, count real carbs. And then there was a nutritionist who told me, no, you can count net carbs. Yeah, the cheese-based chip, the Parmesan, I forget what they're called ones. They're good. I also made a trail mix, not a party mix, like a Chex thing, for Thanksgiving one year. That was diabetic friendly, keto ingredients. My mom was sad that she didn't really get to eat any because my aunt took it all. So I made her own little bag, and she was very happy about that. It was good. I have to admit, it was really, really good. So, hello, Cassie. Welcome. Yeah, really good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna probably play around with Pop-Tarts or something at some point. There's always Fathead dough, which I use to make my little ghosty cookies, which was all right. But the problem is they don't Anything you make with it has to be eaten hot. And if you try to eat it cold, it doesn't taste very good. Fuzzy Bunny Cat, Cassie. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a time and a place, but all right. So, wow, nice catch, me. I have successfully managed to almond flour, yes, almond flour, coconut flour. What was the other one? Lupin flour. I'm sure I'm missing something. Bamboo flour, you know. Hey, what's up, Hammer? Hold on, wait. I'm gonna have to play that either when I ban somebody or when you come in chat. Do I have the other one up? Let me see. I do not. Okay. I'm giving you your own sound. It's going to be an MC Hammer song, just so you know that that's happening. It's happening. Is it happening? It's happening! Oh, that sucks, Lord Velos. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh. Thank you, Dragon Soul. Okay, folks, if you want to watch somebody who loves cooking as much as I do, who has the sweetest wife and the most adorable little boy, you should watch The Cooking Class Poor. He goes by Hammer. His wife is Puck Bunny. There's a long joke about that, and I'll tell y'all later. If you were here in the stream, you get it. Anyway, and his son I have nicknamed Tack. That's not his name, but I call him Tack because he's a little hammer. And so he makes all sorts of food. He is a professional chef. Actually, I almost voice to text messed that up, Dragon Soul. But anyway, hi Pura, welcome in. So he's a professional chef. He Hammer, where are you now? You're in North Carolina, right? I could be wrong. I could be very wrong about that. But anyway, he's in the American South. He was actually one of the reasons that I ended up making the traditional black-eyed peas and collard greens for New Year's Eve last year after I swore I wasn't going to do it. Missouri. Okay, he's in Missouri. And I never told you that, but you are the reason I ended up making black-eyed peas and collard greens. So you should check him out. He's funny. He does accents. He's an amazing cook. He makes ice cream like nobody's freaking business. So yeah, go see him. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. We have a teeny weeny bit of light at the end of the tunnel right now, but they are collard greens, turnip greens, and kale are surprisingly good. Yes, but so what happened was, last December, New Year's Eve is coming, and I'm like, everybody does the black-eyed peas and collard greens thing. I don't bothered. That's a bunch of superstitious nonsense. I'm not going to do it. And then a friend of mine who does live in North Carolina was like, yeah, I'm soaking my black-eyed peas now so I can be ready for New Year's Eve. And I'm like, okay. Hammer streaming. Yeah, I'm going to start my black-eyed peas in my crock pot. Are the ancestors trying to tell me something? Finally, I was like, I give up. I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna make them. It's fine. It's fine. Bacon, bacon, and bacon. Not wrong. Bacon closely followed by a turkey tail or some ham hocks or salt pork. All right, so we've got some boiling water. Now that I've yapped myself silly, there's some spinach that goes in here. Or turkey or beef kielbasa, also true. Yes, turkey tails are the bomb. Okay, so we are gonna dunk these, this spinach in here, this fresh spinach in here. Camera's having issues. What is happening? Okay. And we're good. Okay, so these are getting blank. The camera has dragon vision, apparently. I'm gonna blanch these and I'm gonna put them in a bowl. Run some cold water over them. And then we're gonna start adding other stuff. What happened, Pura? Thank you, Kybird. Wild, huh? By the way, why am I, what? Why did I go to, what? I don't know what happened. If y'all want to follow a streamer who I know IRL is a good person, loves conventions, and I see her at just about everyone. That's a good one, Pura. At every one that I go to. Kyberg, were you at Worldcon? I don't remember. You should check out Kyberg. She also loves gaming. She's a whiz at Minecraft. I feel kind of bad because she's been trying to get me to join with her on the gaming since forever and a day. And I've been too chicken, not gonna lie, to do it. But she's very, very good at it, and you should absolutely check her out when you have a chance. Perhaps since you're here, can you shout her out, please? Also, don't follow Pura. Do not follow Pura in any way, shape, or form because they do not stream. They do not stream at all. They have not ever played any sort of video game at all, ever. And they should not be followed in any way, shape, or form. Don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Pura. Yes, Kyberg is full of stuff. Hello, Dark Artitor. I had so much fun in your stream the other day. That was so much fun. Kitchen times are good. Kitchen times are doing quite well. Dark Artitor, somebody else that you may want to follow when you have the opportunity. He loves to play video games and we were playing some sort of trivia game. It was Jackbox. That's right. It's the latest Jackbox, and it's very D&D oriented, or one of the games is very D&D oriented. And I was a mage, and there were a bunch of other folks, and you had to answer trivia in order to progress. And it was so much fun. And then the computer crashed, like, which kind of sucked. It's a good practice to get into, Pura. Very, very good practice. So Darky also likes to cook. So that's how we know each other. So I plan on using every single green thing in our fridge. And right now I am picking through my chives, so we don't end up with anything spoiled. What am I working on right now? This is going to be a green sauce. So at the very least, I'm going to prep these ingredients. And when I'm... Good Lord, it's a chive turkey. What did I do? Oh, it's not updated. Okay. Thank you, Pura. I did forget to fix my menu. You're right. Hold on. Let me copy paste. I will do that now. Yeah. I'm going to wait till the last minute, though, because I know it's going to change color in all the wrong ways if I'm not paying attention. So... I figured you were yelling for a reason. That's how I knew you had to be yelling at me to fix something. Let me see. Where is my menu command? There we go. And we're good here. All right. That is true, Pura. Doggone you. You have been known to do that. But I also realized that I had not changed, the menu. So handle your business, Cyclops. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You guys are so silly. Oh, okay, let me think. Okay, don't need to worry about chicken. Don't need to worry about soup. Do need to worry about pasta. Need to make pasta. Let me check my recipe real quick before I tell you the other thing. Okay, boil pasta, cook things. Okay. Let's see. The thing that will cook the longest or take the longest to cook is going to be my little steaky poo. Get my steak. Thank you, Dark Article. I appreciate that. Yes, that was hilarious. Okay, so this is actually going to segue into the thing I was going to talk about next. Not if I cook it at 8,000 degrees. There's that. So I have a teeny weeny little steak here. DD is getting chicken. I'm getting a teeny weeny steak. This teeny weeny steak comes from the, thank you, Kyberg, comes from the 15-pound chuck roll that I took apart today. I broke it down today. You guys want to see my steaks? Do you? Do you? Do you? And I think I'm going to go ahead and blanch these chives too. Oops. I need to wait until water's boiling again for that. Yes, 3 to 5 minutes. And I do not want the fire department here. You're good at a lot of stuff. Nope, I was talking about you, babe. So, anybody want to see my steaks? Anybody want to see my meat? I'm okay with this. Hey, I got somebody's attention, Dragon Soul. That's all that matters. Ah, I can do that. All right, check it out. All right, so most of this, the ones over here on this side, these are all Denver steaks. So there's a couple on the side closest to me on the other side that are not Denver steaks, but I cut them all myself. So I would freeze them, but our freezer is getting kind of full. So there's that. Utah steaks. What is a Denver steak? It's just a cut. That's all. Nothing special. Here's the one I'm really proud of, though. Let me rescue these chives before I do anything else. Hello, Ulamaika. We are having soup with chicken and beef and pasta with a green sauce. Boop. Okay, chives are done. Ooh, about to collide with my chair, y'all. Okay. Ugh. These are huge, so like kind of heavy. All right, so these are chuck steaks. I kind of had to tie them together because they were falling apart. This thing back here, this is called a Sierra steak. It looks a lot like a flap steak, like fajita meat. It's technically not, but it acts like it. That's a little bitty one over on this side right here. Little bitty Sierra. So I also have a bag of scraps. Exactly, a flat iron. It looks a lot like a flat iron. I have a bag of scraps that's going to be used to make stock and a bag of extra meat that's going to become hamburger meat at some point. And I plan on making a Vietnamese raw beef salad, and a little bit of that extra meat is in my freezer right now. So we are not cooking all of this tonight, Ulamaika. I might just maybe bring some of it over to PGG at some point, but yeah, we're not doing all that tonight. So as you can see, all of my what's that word? All of my knives have come in handy. I used my special curved knives for that. All right, let me go ahead and cook a steak. This has already been seasoned with salt and pepper, so it doesn't have to be anything special. You're gonna offer to help me out. There we go. Steal them first? What? I'm confused. Let me wash this plate off so I have a place to put it. Oh, yes. Yes. The knives have already been used. They have been cleaned. They were sharpened before use. I have a nice video that I prefer, that I like watching when it comes to doing stuff like that, breaking down a chuck roll. But the chuck roll that I got didn't look like the one in the video because, of course, it didn't. So it took me a while to figure out what the heck I was doing. Dry slaw chicken breast multigrain wrap with hot sauce. That sounds really freaking good. Okay. I'll give it a couple of minutes. I'm going to turn this down. We're going to give this 2 more minutes on this side, and then we're going to flip it. There we go. All right, now let's go back to our recipe. Okay, we're going to cook the steak. We're going to set it aside to cool. We're going to go ahead and cook the garlic and red pepper flakes. And then we're going to throw everything into a blender. Then we're going to cook the pasta. Oh! Raiders! 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 Hey y'all, I'm Jane. This is my kitchen. I make soul food from around the world. Tonight, I'm cleaning out my freezer. And I just cut up a 15-pound chuck roll. So I am making soup with steak and chicken and a green sauce with pasta. So, hi. You need to clean out your freezer too? Okay. Neil, how are you? How was your stream? What did you make? Tell me everything. Maple oatmeal cookies. Yum. That sounds so good. I am into it. I need to get to making some desserts at some point. I just haven't. Yes, I have made Dublin Coddle before. Every year around St. Patrick's Day, myself and another cooking streamer by the name of Two Girls, One Game, we will often, not always, but often, do a St. Patrick's Day stream. So we've made Dublin Coddle, we have made Colcannon, we have made the National Irish Meal, bacon and potatoes? Is it bacon and mashed potatoes? Bacon and cabbage and mashed potatoes? I just forgot. Anyway, Here's a fun fact, Mura. I am part Irish. So it's in my best interest to learn these dishes. So there's that. In fact, was gonna say no cabbage. Magpie cookie raid. Woo! Magpie cookie raid. Bacon and cabbage. Thank you. Yes, I learned. Gremlin, thank you for that follow. Yeah, I should have Googled it, but I didn't. I learned a while back that bacon and cabbage was a national dish. Corned beef has nothing to do with it. That is an Irish American thing. I'm like, well, if I'm going to be true to my roots, gotta be true to my roots. I've actually traveled to Ireland before. That was, I want to say, last fall, I think. And if all goes well, I get to go back in 2026. I am looking forward to it. Bacon and cabbage is amazing, but you got to have the right bacon too, okay? It's got to be thinly sliced, boneless pork loin. Not streaky bacon. Hurrah, nobody said anything bad about corned beef. Breathe. Thank you for that follow, Mura. I appreciate that. Huh? Streaky? Yeah, piece of streaky bacon. That's how you insult an American over breakfast. Pearl, what are you swiping and why are you swiping it? Okay. Hopefully this is done the way I want it. We call that cut rashers. Okay. That's right. There used to be a place in the Bay Area where I could find rashers of bacon. We had a chain at one point that did British food. And it's gone now, and I'm very sad that it no longer exists. So now I have to drive like in 45 minutes to get there. Why are you swiping the garlic off the counter? The garlic didn't do anything to you. All right, hold on. Let's get this Carlton action going. Hold on. Because too much fat for cabbage. I can see it. You will? Thank you, Mura. I appreciate that. Because cat, of course you are. Have a good night, Neil. Get some rest. I hope you enjoyed your dinner or meal. Dinner, right? I think. And spell cat. There are 4 of them in this house. You're going to see at least one before the night is over. All right, here we go. There you go. And back to the music. Okay, so now we are going to add some sliced garlic and some pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes. I'm going to try my hardest not to gas everybody in the house. Mocha's fine. She has some issues with her new roommates, but she's dealing. She has gotten camera shy. That is true. I think it is partially because she's becoming a crotchety old lady. She's more than 10 years old now, so there's that. Starting to do that crotchety old meow. Ooh, Chili Crisp is amazing. Macing your flatmate is not. Your arms are swollen. That's good, right? Okay, so doing bicep curls with the power tubes. That's what happens, man. You know what? I'm gonna wait till the last minute to add the red pepper flakes because I really don't want to kill myself or anybody else. Hi, Pura. See you around. Get some rest. Mwah. Hope your headache goes away. Yes, please go take care of yourself. And while that's cooking, we are going to make some pasta for JD, pasta for me. Good, good. That's good to hear, Splits. We'll have to fix that, Pura. I'm not quite sure what happened. Uh, no problem, Mara. Thank you for being here. Come back when you can. Oh, you tried to scrape us something to drink? Nothing wrong with that. Now I can turn the vent off. Woo. Oh, it sounds like it was an amazing burrito, though. I'm so glad it was good. That's important. Like I said, cleaning out the drawers, y'all. So we're adding some green onion to this too. Let me think. Did I need green onion for something else? I probably did. What did I say? Oh, I can't use the green onion. Okay. Green onion goes back. Let me look up something really quick. I had an idea for a dish Thursday. See. This has onions in it, doesn't it? White onion, check. Red bell pepper. Don't have the red bell pepper. Nobody cares. Jalapenos, check. Not using that. Can use that. Green onions. Okay, the green onions go back in the fridge. And I am not going to use all of these Cheetos either. There we go. So right now we are just waiting on the pasta, the first pasta to boil. Oh, and I need to put the Parmesan cheese in here too. Green onion tapenade. Hey, sounds good to me. Take my heart again. Fady, you have been missed. There's you, the nice Fady, and then there's the naughty Fady. I like you both. Aww. Yeah, hugs. Okay. We're just gonna cut these shishitos up into larger chunks just to make it easier on the blender. Interesting. That's good to know, Para. $30 in the last 2 months. Good. That sounds wonderful. All right. That's about half of my shishitos in there. I did not blanch those. Hopefully this does not make anything gritty. Good. I'm glad. The whole point is to have you feel cozy here. I believe you, Para. You are not the advertising type. I would cook this entire thing, but my worry is that JD will have too much to eat. Hey, you know, everybody needs side hustles nowadays. Let's see. Oh, Parmesan cheese. And let me get the salt. A little more salt. Also can leave some lemon juice at some point. A little bit of pepper. There you go. Soda and going out to eat. And now you don't have to worry about getting into fights over where you're going. That's okay. You know what, Pura? You are entitled to be bitter. So while I'm waiting for this pasta, I have fun news to share. Yay! Okay. You know what? Let's be fair. You probably would have ruined your birthday anyway. It's grandma we're talking about. Might have done you a favor. Say it. And next year, hold on. You don't have to worry about anything like that. Oh, really? Okay, there's that. But you know what? Now you don't pop over pants. Save up for yourself. You don't have to hear any snide comments. You don't have to hear any snide comments about anything now. Putting that out there. So, here's my news. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a short. She still made it special. Okay, there's a trade-off. There's a trade-off. There were still the snide comments, but she did make it special. Don't even worry about it. I'm just making a note. It can be both and we know this. Okay. Let me find a short. Let me see. So, y'all have probably seen or heard me talk about Beryl Shereshewski, who is a YouTuber who does a lot of the same kind of stuff that I do. She also makes food from around the world. And see if I can find a short. She has a bunch of shorts. Why did she take a bunch of them down? Kind of mad about it now. Fuzzy Bunny! Okay, let's check these, this pasta and see if it's actually. Don't want to burn myself. Okay. They need at least Another minute 30. Okay. It does give me little mascara streaks. Songbird, what do you want me to sing slash play? All right. So she does videos. Hold on. I think I found a short finally that are a lot like this. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. All right. I'm using the video though because I don't know all the words. If you actually want me to have the words, I'm using karaoke. Or at least I'm using lyrics there. And do you want the unedited? Well, do you want the whole version or do you want the video version? You give me a lyric site, fine. Okay. So let me go here. And then there's that. And so y'all can see that. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna stop that. And okay. Uncut. All right. So here is what Beryl's videos look like. Karaoke night.
Ever wonder what Italian people order when they go out to an Italian restaurant? I partnered up with 5 of my subscribers from Italy to help us order off an Italian menu a little bit more like a local.
Carciofi alla romano, artichokes Roman style. They're really easy to do, but at the same time they're really tasty.
Mozzarella in carrozza, that means mozzarella in a carriage. This is a typical dish from the Neapolitan area.
Caponata, which is a mix of vegetables.
And also vinegar. This gives the dish a sweet and sour flavor, which is typical of Sicily.
Sarde, which is a small tiny fish that is enjoyed all over Italy, such a staple in all households or all restaurants.
Insalata di ginocchia arance, which is a super refreshing salad made of fennel and oranges.
Tagliatelle al ragù di cinghiale, fresh pasta, together with wild boar bolognese. It's not your average bolognese sauce.
Check the description for everything that everybody recommended. Ever wonder
Okay.
what Italian people order when they go out to
So,
an Italian restaurant?
that is what Beryl's videos are like. So she put out a call on her YouTube saying that she needed people to share their family gathering meals. I was like, hey, I could do that. So I sent her a recipe for my family's dressing, which also has chicken gizzards in it. And she wrote me back and said, hey, I would love to use this, but I'm doing a different episode, a nose to tail episode, and I think your recipe would be fantastic. And I was like, okay, sure. She's like, okay, send me a video of you talking about this recipe. Here are the requirements, blah, 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 blah. And I did. And she is filming the episode right now. So I am going to be, no problem, Pura. I'm going to be in one of Beryl's videos. I'm kind of hyped about this. All right, here me. Okay, water's boiling again, and now it's my turn to make my own pasta. So this is the low carb pasta I'm using. John, hi John. Gizzards and dressings, yes and yes. It is the Southern style dressing. It's gizzards and turkey necks even faded. I forgot about the turkey necks. So yeah, it's basically a dressing, which is a stuffing that doesn't go in the turkey, that my mom makes. And the way she makes it is a little bit different. Like most people, when they do stuffing or dressing, they have, you know, the usual celery, onion, garlic, whatever. My mom when I was little, and to this day, I still don't like large chunks of vegetables in my food. So I would eat my way around the vegetables, and she used to hate it when I did that. So she got smart and she grated them and put them in the dressing that way. So I would eat them, and it worked. And it also changed the consistency of the dish so that it's not dry. It is kind of like a very savory bread pudding situation. So yeah, exactly like oyster dressing, but no oysters, just meat, just chicken slash turkey, and with gizzards and turkey necks. Exactly it. All right, let's go ahead and put my pasta in here. Yeah, my mom's a smart woman. She figured out 6-year-old me pretty darn fast. All right, that pasta should be cooking probably another 10 minutes or so. Yes. I love it with gizzards. I don't think anybody else does, but I do. And I will eat that all day, every day, no problem. Ooh, Thanksgiving with duck. You should totally make oyster dressing to go with Peking duck. You and I have the hardest time with Peking duck, but at least it's for the right reasons. Gizzards and Thanksgiving gravy, that too. And that's where a lot of people put the gizzards. They'll, boil them or whatever and use them to make gravy. Same with the neck. Oh, her mom was, oh, yeah, that's a smart idea. Right. Space to dry and cure the skin. Plus, if you're doing the dipping thing where you take the whole duck and you dip it in boiling water, you need clearance for that too. Sometimes diced boiled egg. Never heard of that. I'm gonna have to try that, Dorina. Interesting. Hello, Mama. Good to see you. All right, so now we're waiting on my pasta to cook, and I'm a doofus. I forgot that it needs, I needed to set a timer. Whoops. I'm waiting for my steak to cool too because I think it's okay. I'm gonna carve it, put it back on the plate. Okay. Oh, really, really, really? Okay, okay. Not very hot, but good flavor. Good. We normally do not make pasta for Thanksgiving. I will note that I have been asked to bring a cake this year. So I will be I'll be making my pound cake again. You're about to make Minnie and Italian Nana cry. Uh-oh. Like that, huh? I think I cut this the wrong way. All right. But that sounds so good, John. Guys, I just cut this steak 2 different ways. And it's not chewy. Either way. Here you go, Faded. Here you go. Micah. It's so silly. I got you, John. That steak looks pretty good. It's just the way I wanted it too. Ravioli and tortellini in the fridge. Nice. Awesome. Uh-oh. Guys, I messed up. Shoot. There's a Taiwanese version? That would be cool. This pasta was not supposed to go in this bowl. I gotta find another container. Oh, you just have to put them in boiling water. Well, that's acceptable. Okay. Now that I've fished all of the pasta out, that sounds delicious, Splits. Wow, Faded. All right, I'll see you around. Bye, Cyclops. Thanks for being here. Okay, so the garlic and red pepper flakes are supposed to go in here. Welcome back, Vera. Get JD a proper bowl. You're gonna need a bowl for soup and a bowl for pasta. I sure can, Pura. Let me get myself together and I'll do it. See, what was I supposed to do? Chicken. Okay. You know what, Dorina? Sometimes you just gotta have girl dinner, and there's nothing wrong with that. We don't shame. We listen. We don't judge. There. Hey, something about that Kraft single grilled cheese life. All about the melty. There you go. I agree with you, Farina. Absolutely. It does sound pretty good. Hmm. All right, my pasta should be done. Let me test my pasta. It looks good. Still no luck with mackerel. Still looking. You are drinking in his absence. Well, let's hope the better half is going to be okay. Ad break. Okay. That's done. Hmm. Hello, Bella my box. Welcome in. All right, now we have the pasta. We have put this pasta in here. We have pasta. We have our dressing ready. We have our meats ready. Put this simple. I'll deal with the rest later. You're done. Before I make this sauce, everything's going to go pretty quick after that. We have our singing lungs ready. So we're going to pause that. We are going to go back up. Let's pull up. Go. Okay, Pura, you ready to hear your song? Close chat. And it's back. Just the rap part. So I don't have to do the whole song. Turkish coffee is good. It will, you won't be tired after that. Okay. All right, let's pull up. Uh, ooh. That goes. Here we go. You win, lady. Come on. I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace of not a God-given ray. Isn't it because my life was 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, solemn praise and for the sunny days. And like his promise, it's true, only my faith can undo the many chances I blew to bring my life to a new, clear blue and unconditional sky. So dry the tears from my eyes, no more lonely cries. My only bleeding hope is for the folk who can't cope with such an enduring pain that it keeps them in the pouring rain. Who's to blame for tooting cane into your own vein? What a shame you shoot and aim for someone else's brain. You claim the insane and name this day and time for problem, bread, crime. I say the system got you victim to your own mind. Dreams are hopeless aspirations and hopes that come in true. Believe in yourself. The rest is up to me and you. There. You happy now? Hi, Faded. Green Thai curry is really freaking good. You are not wrong. Let's see. Hit exclamation point cheer. Let's see if that works. Okay. Either exclamation point cheer or exclamation point crowd. Try that. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate that. Yes, Pura. What would you like me to make for you? And put it in Discord so I can work my way down after I, finish all of this. Grits and eggs. That I can do. I can absolutely do. I even have a keto version. It's the cheer one. Okay. Little Mama, what would you like me to sing / play? All right. Shrimp and grits. Yes. I've done that one. Love you too, Pura. I'll see you around. Okay, let's go ahead and make this sauce. It's gonna need a little bit of help. Okay, findings. Alexander, I'll play it, little mama. You could not get me to sing that because I have no idea what the words are. I don't even remember the tune right now. Okay, here we go.
They placed him in charge of a trading charter. And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. Our man saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. Well, the word got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his father split, full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their own sick, the scent thick. And Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Moved in with a cousin, the cousin committed suicide. Left him with nothing but ruined pride. Something new inside, a voice saying, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf. There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead or destitute without a cent or restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford. Scamming for every book he can get his hands on. Planning for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of a ship, headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can just be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. New York, just you wait. Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. You're waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings for you. You never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. When America sings for you, will they know what you overcame? Will they know you rewrote the game? The world will never be the same. Oh, ship is in the harbor now. See if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep. America forgot him. We fought with him. Me, I died for him. Me, I trusted him.
Me, I loved him.
And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
Okay, y'all. If you want to see some amazing freaking pictures of the Aurora Borealis, you should go to my Pix channel. I have never seen a sky look like that before. That's incredible. Wow. Wow. That's pretty awesome, Hammer. Wow. Okay. Also, with the little notification that you guys keep seeing, I have a new overlay for chat. If you choose to activate the quiz panel, which is down there, you will be able to start a quiz on chat, things that we've talked about, all that kind of stuff. So, go. All right. Now, all that said, it's time to plate some food. This is JD's soup bowl. Ooh, that's good. Just happy making John. Woo! I hadn't meant to do that. I kind of want some for myself. But putting half of this back. What's up, Worm? Ow. You know, there is a YouTuber that I like to watch. She is from the Florida Keys. I would love to see her and her characters do something about, you know, that. That's a rare phenomenon. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, good morning, my friend. That's looking pretty good. Really? Rent is so powerful. I didn't realize there was a difference between the stage play and the movie. But yeah, it's incredible. I used to know at least 3 of those songs by heart. All the songs by Maureen, and a couple of the other ones. All right, y'all. There's the first dish. Yes, Repo, the genetic opera. Genetic Repo Men, which is almost worse. There will be so many dishes. It will be so worth it. Okay, me go to the board. Yes, that's the one, Gorm. Yep, they turned it into a musical. I know, right? Isn't that wild? Meanwhile, we have Les Miserables for the 6,000th time. Our theater programs suck. Oh man. I wish I could see 6. I've never seen it. I've heard it's amazing. Okay, then this is my bowl. All right, what do you guys think? Remember, this one is the keto version. It is pasta with green pasta sauce on it and meat and Parmesan cheese. And there's soup that goes with it, but it's reheated, so I'm not going to put y'all through that. That's kind of boring. Lol. Phil Thorne, I love her. And she's hilarious. It's kind of pesto. Okay, it's not pesto. It is made up of greens, olive oil, Parmesan cheese. There are no nuts in here. Lemon juice, and yeah, that's it. It's just a green sauce. I don't want to call it pesto because there are no pine needle. There aren't pine needles. There are no pine nuts. There is basil. There is basil. But yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff in there. All right, y'all. Somebody scream that shrub. Somebody clip that for me, pretty please, if you would be so kind. And then we will find somebody to raid. Yes, you improved the quality. Thank you for that. Thank you, Gorm. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, you're right. I think you're absolutely right, John. It may very well be like a gremolata. All right, we got our food together. Ooh. Let me see. Can I catch him before he leaves? See if I can. How long has he been going? Yes, please. Because if he's about to finish up, then there's no point. He has eaten his pasta. Okay. It looks like the I don't know if he's finished his tartlet though. He did. Okay. All right then. He's probably going to be raiding out in a couple of minutes. We'll go to Colino because Colino has a very sweet, very pretty girlfriend who I love very, very much. She's my name twin. Oh, Titanium Chef. I forgot about him. Thank you for the reminder. He's gaming though. He's not cooking. But you know what? Maybe we can do some gaming. Gorm, I'm gonna let John tell you about himself. John, you better tell him about you. I'm dismissing this ad break. Better say something. Don't you be shy. You earned your accolades, sir. John has been on cooking competition shows. John was educated at one of the best top tier cooking schools in Canada, the equivalent of the Culinary Institute of America. He knows his stuff. I'm just saying. I've had the privilege to cook with John. We have done streams together and I have learned so much, and the stuff that I've made with his help has been outstanding, and I brag about him every single freaking time I can. So with that, see, because if you don't shout yourself out, nobody else will. We're gonna raid Colino. He knows some stuff. Hammer is no slouch, by the way. Just saying. You want somebody who's had hands-on experience and can help you nail down what you did? Talk to Hammer. Raid call. Copy paste that. Here's another one that you'll probably want. Congratulations, Gorm. You are one of the greats. Obviously, you are in good company. And I am fortunate enough to have professional chefs in my chat that cheer me on. Hey, nothing wrong with that. All right, y'all. Copy paste whichever one you want to use. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to see y'all again on Wednesday. No, Thursday. Be here Thursday. And yeah, I should be making Vietnamese beef. But at any rate, we're going to go raid Colino. Colino makes drinks. Colino has a cute girlfriend. And yeah, bye.